technology vision team at Accenture Technology Labs has explored and analyzed the key technology trends impacting insurers in a world where every insurer is a digital insurer. Among the 7 trends discussed in the Accenture Technology Vision 2013 report is the imperative of data velocity. For digital insurers, data is a strategic asset, and as data becomes more widely used, insurance companies will increasingly need to match the speed of the data and the ensuing actions to the speed of opportunities. John Del Santo, Managing Director of Accenture's global insurance industry, is here to help us understand how insurers can minimize the gap between insight and action. John, what is data velocity, and why is this a trend that's going to transform the industry over the next 5 years?
In my mind, for insurance, data velocity is just the quantity. It's the speed and the quantity of data that the insurance companies are amassing. It's structured and unstructured, and there's large quantities of both, and it's piling up faster and faster than they've ever seen before. If you think about in the analog insurance company world, where there's huge amounts of paper to underwrite a product, to set up a new customer, to issue a policy, to administer a claim, just quantities of paper, and physical fax paper and that sort of thing. That has becoming more and more digitized, but even that is stacking up in both structured and unstructured formats. And so the velocity is about speed. What they do about it is figure out what of that is important, figure out how to capture it, what to do with it with big data tools, and then how to reflect that back in their business model at the beginning of the value chain or at the end of the value chain, depending on what they want to affect.
How will data tools and technology empower insurers to rapidly create actionable insights from the data they collect?
Several emerging technologies or technologies exist now, such as data appliances, NoSQL databases, and in-memory computing, like HANA from SAP, are really providing tools that will change the game for insurers, or could change the game for insurers, and some of this is pretty leading edge. We're now getting to the place where tens of billions of records and terabytes of data can be processed in seconds. And so the power that could provide an insurance company could be tremendous, depending on how they apply it, either on the distribution side, on the underwriting and pricing side, or on services. And the ability to sort of, in a catastrophe, to pull all that data together, as an example, and apply it to how they treat that catastrophe, how they estimate and the need for people and process and technology to address and resolve a catastrophe. They got more data now, more tools now at their disposal to do that than they've ever had before, and even predictive analytics to address it in advance, so that they can kind of respond quicker, better, faster, and take many man years of effort out of a process. Another example is geofencing technology, which is emerging, which will really allow an insurer to put literally an electronic fence in an area to try to minimize, sort of in a stolen car situation, kind of minimize the damage or the loss that they would incur on behalf of their customer. Put a fence around it, figure out where the car is, and then go get it.
Are any of today's insurers using telematics or real-time data to make decisions?
Yeah, obviously a lot of them are using telematics. Travelers has the IntelliDrive safety program in their commercial fleet coverages, which really allows them to, through sensor technology and through telematics, kind of combine a software service model with telematics to kind of better provide better pricing and better analytics back to the drivers. These kinds of technologies that we've implemented at a number of clients, help not only assess how you drive, but when you drive, in the context of your driving, in good weather and bad weather. And we think the context is actually much more important than the speed. For example, if you drive fast in good weather with wide open roads, that's probably okay, but if you're driving too fast in bad weather and traffic, it's a different answer altogether. So all of those analytics combined, we can see our clients sort of reflecting that back in pricing or incentives to the client to drive better, drive less, drive more, depends what it is. So telematics, we think, will really transform the auto insurance industry in the next few years. And in some regions of the world, they're using it pretty pervasively.
What are the next steps for insurers that want to capitalize on data velocity to gain a competitive edge?
Well, our view is they ought to develop a 100-day data velocity strategy to identify where the bottlenecks are in their business model, and then understand what data that they need to capture to reflect back into to the analytics that they're looking to get.
Thanks for watching this edition of Technology Vision for Insurers. For more information on how digital technology is changing the game for insurers, watch the next in this series of podcasts or go to accenture.com/insurance.